Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Moiz, and the theme for today is an iconic figure from the history that shouldn't be alive. So for that purpose, I choose conspicuous, and let's begin. So here you guys can see a blank window of Adobe Photoshop CS6. So in order to open a new file, I can go to file and click on open, and the other thing, I can just simply drag the picture to the Adobe Photoshop window like this. Alright, so I wanted to make something like this. So let's begin. As you guys can see, this picture is a little bit dull. I can increase the contrast and brightness of this picture. So in order to do that, I can go to this image and adjustment. I have so many adjustments here. I can do black and white. Okay, it doesn't even matter because it's already a black and white picture. So in order to increase the brightness and the contrast, I can go in levels, and from here I can select any contrast, any brightness that I want. Just simply drag this little one to the right for the contrast and this to the left for the brightness, like this. I think that's good. Alright, click OK. Now let's drag another picture on top of it, right here. Alright, so once you're done, go ahead and click confirm. Right now I can't see the background picture because there's another picture on top of it. So I want to mix these two pictures. Just so this picture has a white background, I want this picture to have a background of this color. In order to do that, I'll from this normal right here, I'll select multiply. So the multiply makes these two images. Now the background color is this, and the picture is on top of this background color. Alright, so far I did two things. First, I selected this picture, I adjusted the brightness and contrast of this picture, and then I added another background on this image. Now I have a name of this person that I can put anywhere I want. So let's select another image and paste it right here. I can adjust this picture wherever I want, and once I'm done, I can click OK. Now I wanted to separate this name from this white picture. In order to do that, I'll select this tool from here, that is polygonal lasso tool. I'll select this tool and I'll select this name very carefully. It is a bit time-taking process, and you have to be very careful while selecting this. As you guys can see, I'm selecting very short very small portion, because if I select a large portion, then as you guys can see, if I select this large portion, it won't cover everything from C. So I have to select small portions. Once you're done selecting, when you will reach the end point, you'll see that little circle. It will indicate that you reached the end point and the C is selected. Now I'm gonna select O. Now I have to select C. I accidentally clicked here, so it disappeared. Now I have to select O again. So you have to be very careful while selecting these. Now I want to select this portion inside of the O right here. In order to select this portion, I'll select this from here, and I can select the inner portion of O. Alright, now I'll go back to this one. The little plus sign show that I can select anything outside of the already selected portion. So these are just straight lines, so I can select a larger portion, but once I'm on the edges, I have to select small portions. Like this. That's a very important part of this. Like, you have to be very careful, because one mistake can make you do all these things again. So I have to select this little circle inside the O, but I'm just gonna select everything else before selecting that O. I mean that little circle inside the dot of I. I know to select this little circle inside the dot of O, I have to select this negative one, and I can select that. Once I'm done, I have to extract the selected portion out from this white background. In order to do that, I'm gonna add a new layer just by clicking right here, and I'm gonna disappear this layer like this. As you guys can see, I extracted the selected portion out of that white background. I can give this selected portion any color I want just by going here and selected this paint bucket tool, and I can select any color from here. You have a variety of colors right here. You can select any color you want. You can adjust the hue, saturation, and everything. I think this will look good. And now let's select. I think this look good. Yeah. Alright, so once I'm done, I'll select this tool again and click anywhere outside. Alright, that's it. Now you can adjust this name in order to adjust it. If you're using MacBook, then hit Command plus T. It will let you free transform this name. You can move it anywhere you want. You can rotate it or anything. I think this is the center. So, alright. Now you can play with this thing, and you can do anything you want. You can adjust the opacity or fill, or you can add a shadow. In order to, if you want to add a shadow, just double click on this layer. It will open this menu. Click drop shadow, and again click on drop shadow, and you can select at what angle you want the shadow to be dropped, like this. And you can also select the quantity, and also you can select the distance of a shadow. Like if you see at the background, in the background, the distance of shadow is too much, so you can decrease the distance like this, or a little bit more. I think this is good, and this also looks good. You can increase the size. As you guys can see, if I increase the size, it blend them together. See? So I like this. Now you can adjust the noise as well. Right now the shadow is plain. If you increase the noise, if you look at the background, the shadow is noisy. So I think this will look good. Alright, so okay. Now you can adjust the fill and opacity. If I decrease the fill, the color will disappear, but the shadow will remain there. As you guys can see, the color disappeared, but the shadow is still here. That's a cool part of this fill. But if I decrease the opacity, it will disappear everything. Like, see. So right now I'm not gonna do anything with the opacity, but I'm gonna adjust the fill for this. This looks good. Alright. Now you can do anything on top of it. So I'm gonna add a new layer. Now you can, if you want to create a boundary or border, you can do various things. You can select and color it, or you can add a gradient and then add a so I'll select the gradient tool, and I'm gonna add a border to this picture. You have various styles of adding a gradient right here, so I'm just gonna select the last one, and you can adjust the colors from here. You have different options right here, and if you want to make your on, then you can select from here. Alright, so if you want to change any color, just go ahead and click this portion right here and go to colors and select whatever color you want. As you guys can see, I selected my on gradient. Now once I'm done, I'll select OK. Now I can add a gradient. Alright, so if you guys remember what I did in this step, when I wanted to mix these two layers, I simply went to this normal here and I selected multiply. So this added, so this multiply made this layer on top of everything. Now I can, in order to add a border, I have to remove color from this area right here. So simply I'll go ahead and select this portion. Like this. And once I'm done with the selection, I'll select this inside portion and I'll say layer we are cut. Now this layer we are cut makes an other layer. right here. So if I deselect this layer, it will remove the colors from the center, and I have this border right here. Now I can add anything to this, and if you guys remember, I added a border, I added a shadow in this layer, and in order to add the shadow, I'll just double click on this layer and drop shadow. Like this. So this dropped the shadow. Now I can select the direction of a shadow and the distance. This, and again I can select the size. Also the noise. Alright, that's it. If you guys can remember, the first thing was if I deselect everything, then I started from here. Then I added a background. Then I added this name on top of it. And now I added the border and the shadow. I hope you like this thing. And that's it. Now we can save it. In order to save it, I'll go in this file and select save. And I can name this thing as Challenge3. And JPG, save. Okay. And if I want to save it in PSD form as well, then I'll select save Challenge3 PSD. Okay. And this is saved. And now I can close this from here. That's it. Thank you.